Imagine it's the year 2008. Depending on your age, there's a couple of things possible. Number one is maybe you weren't even born yet, and if that applies to you, why are you even watching this video? You little ass kid, go watch some Coco Melon. But if you're a loyal viewer, feel free to stay. Let's say maybe you're between the ages of 1 to 10, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 60 to 70. You know what? Let me get to the point. Modern does not mean better. The reason I even thought of making this video is because yesterday I got some McDonald's, and as the usual, I got a McNut with a side of Dr. Bob. But then my cup came to me and this was clear. I should not be able to see what's eventually gonna put me into my grave 6 feet under. This is not a goddamn Capri Sun, and if it was, you can only see through the bottom of the matches. The main point of fast food is you shouldn't have to see what's eventually gonna lead you to wake up in the morning in the near future looking like goddamn Nikocado avocado and shit. And I found out while researching for this video that most fast foods ended up changing their packaging to make it look more quote-unquote modern. But McDonald's had the harshest treatment by far. We went from this crazy work of art designed specifically by Da Vinci to this ass brown bag that you would bring to school with your lunch. And for almost all of these companies, they feel that they have to make anything and everything as minimalistic and modern as possible. And if you didn't understand it after the long intro, the title, and the thumbnail, today's video is about modernism does not mean better. Companies now will try to do anything to make something simplistic and call it the new modern design. And I think this derives from how shitty the art's been in the new generation. One of the main modern arts that comes to my mind is the banana taped to a goddamn wall. Like, what the hell is this? And you're telling me the person who bought this ended up eating the banana? You can literally go to the store and buy a banana for 50 cents. But then they took it even further when they started selling goddamn pictures. There was even an NFT that sold for $91 million. More money than most people will make in their time alive. And you know that the people are buying this are clinically insane because you have to be when you're buying a banana on a wall. So today we're going to be looking at these brand adaptations that has happened through the years of modernism. And you know that we have to start off with logos. First, we're going to start off with Firefox. Look at this, truly a masterpiece that has been adored for many years. Also, quick question, have you guys even used Firefox? Also, I've always wondered if his div is right inside of the globe. Well, anyways, look at this new logo. What did they do to my boy? This looks nothing like the logo at this point. It's just two triangles and a dreidel at the top. Also, what the hell is a second design? It looks like they chopped off the goddamn fox's tail and just called it a day. Another one we need to talk about is the Pizza Hut logo. This logo had originality. If you couldn't tell, it was sort of built like a hut. Even the restaurants looked like the logo. But we have this new logo. What is this? And where did this man's belt go from the original one? Now he's walking down the street with his meat out because he doesn't have a belt. That's actually disgusting. Also, where the did salad bars go? These were peak back in the 2000s. Next up, we have the Starbucks logo. Comparing it to the old one, you may not notice much. Just kidding. The white on the inside with the black just makes it blend together, not to mention it says Starbucks. But then they decided to remove the outer green circle and the black background, yeah, they swapped it with green. Like, this has to be racially motivated. I think they knew what their plan was. Since they knew that removing the black would be blatantly obvious in what they were doing, they had to remove something else around it. They're literally saying, hey everyone, we removed everything from it, so how dare you accuse us of being racist? You know what? Maybe I'm stretching it a little bit. Starbucks, don't sue me. I'm sorry. Next time I'm there, I'll make sure I buy a pink drink with some extra dragon fruit and 2 squirts of nut. You get the point, but you know it's a true statistic that 1 in 3 companies change their logo to a shape to make it look more minimalistic. I think companies should change their logos to black backgrounds just to show what they really are. The next one I want to talk about are apps in general. Yes, even games are being affected by modernism. Back then, games were made with a purpose, the most iconic games being like Temple Run. Temple Run was a pretty simplistic game, but kept us playing for hours, and you could tell that there was a lot of effort put into this game. It wasn't just thrown together with 1,500 mobile ads where you had to pay for everything in the game. Truly peak. And you also can't forget about other games like Fruit Ninja. Just a simple act of slicing fruits. This game hands down might be the best one of all time. And there's other games like Plants vs. Zombies, Jetpack Joyride, and Angry Birds. You could tell that the developers put blood, sweat, and tears into these games. But now everything's changed. As long as you have a computer, you can make a game, which has led to the most dog shit games imaginable. For example, this random ass game I just pulled off the App Store called Fun Rage 3D. It's supposed to be like a Fall Guys game, but everything just looks modern. From this goofy ass title screen to these goofy ass modeled 3D characters. They kind of look like the ones you see in stock images, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, you know those people that you always see in stock images doing some goofy ass shit? Anyways, the point of these games are just so mundane. Like, all you have to do is dodge 2 obstacles and you just beat the game. Then after you win, you get spammed with 20 to 30 second ads, which makes the game even worse. Then when you try to leave the ad, so you click the little X, you end up getting another, and then it brings you to a fucking ad page. Also, if you don't want to have ads, you have to pay like $4, which no one's gonna do. And all you have to do is turn your phone onto airplane mode, then you're chilling. Most of these ad games will involve some sort of beauty game, but end up looking like a goddamn Candy Crush Saga 2.0. If you want to hear more about mobile ads, make sure you watch the video right over here after this one. Also, OG apps will always be better, by the way. No matter how bad it may seem, our future's unavoidable to this modernism and minimalism bullshit. I mean, for God's sakes, it affects housing. Like, this is supposed to be a minimalistic house, but who the fuck would want to live here? It looks like Edna's house from The Incredibles. And companies are gonna keep changing their logos to some bullshit. And games are gonna become even worse. Like, how did we go from having these crazy ass games to having some goofy ass welfare games like this? Actually, I don't think there's a life lesson to this video. I'm just gonna end the video right here. You see how minimalistic this background is? Yeah, I'm part of the movement. Make sure you subscribe down below if you want to. Join the Discord. Follow me on Instagram. Also, videos are gonna drop every Wednesday from 5, 6 to even 7. Don't clip that. And VL on top. Thank y'all for 10 subscribers. And until next time, I'm out of here.